Welcome to History Vault. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of the Silk Road, one of the most important trade routes in history. This wasn't just a single path, it was a vast network connecting the East and West, allowing for the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures for centuries. Let's explore its origins, routes, trade, impact, and lasting legacy. The story of the Silk Road begins in the 2nd century BCE during the Han Dynasty in China. The Chinese wanted to trade with the West, especially for horses, which were crucial for their military. In return, they offered silk, a luxurious fabric that was highly sought after. As trade grew, a network of routes developed, stretching from China through Central Asia, the Middle East, and all the way to Europe. These routes weren't fixed. They changed over time due to political conditions, environmental factors, and available resources. The Silk Road had several main routes, each with its own unique challenges. The northern route passed through Central Asia, connecting cities like Samarkand, Bokhara, and Merv. Meanwhile, the southern route skirted the Taklamakan Desert, leading through oasis towns like Kashgar and Khotan. From Central Asia, the Silk Road branched out to the Middle East, reaching important cities like Baghdad, Damascus, and Tyre. Goods could then be shipped across the Mediterranean Sea to Europe. Other routes even led south to India and Africa. Now let's talk about trade. The Silk Road was a highway for a wide variety of goods. From China, traders brought silk, tea, porcelain, spices, and paper. From the West, they exchanged gold, silver, precious stones, glass, wool, and linen. But it wasn't just luxury items. Everyday foodstuffs like fruits, vegetables, and grains were also traded. This exchange introduced new crops and farming techniques, enriching diets and improving agriculture across regions. The Silk Road was also a bridge for cultural and intellectual exchange. Ideas, religions, and technologies traveled along these routes, transforming societies. For instance, Buddhism spread from India to China, thanks to monks and pilgrims who traveled the Silk Road, sharing teachings and building monasteries. Islam also spread along the Silk Road, reaching Central Asia and China. Plus, Chinese inventions like paper, printing, gunpowder, and the compass made their way to the West, changing communication, warfare, and navigation forever. However, traveling the Silk Road wasn't easy. Merchants faced harsh weather, from scorching deserts to freezing mountains. They also had to deal with bandits and political instability. To stay safe, merchants often traveled in caravans, large groups that provided safety in numbers. They relied on local guides who knew the routes and could negotiate with local rulers. By the 15th century, the Silk Road began to decline. European explorers discovered new sea routes to Asia, making it easier and cheaper to transport goods by ship. Political instability and the fragmentation of empires also contributed to its decline. But the legacy of the Silk Road lives on. It fostered cultural exchange, economic development, and technological innovation. It connected East and West, creating a more interconnected world. Today, we see a revival of the Silk Road spirit through initiatives like China's Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to build infrastructure and trade links across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you want to discover more untold stories from history, subscribe to History Vault. There are many more amazing stories waiting for you.